Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You didn't get pooped on today.
I did not get pooped on or thrown up on today.
Um, so we saw Man of Steel about a week ago now.
Yes.
Right? It's been out for about a week.
Last Thursday we went.
Last
at midnight.
Thursday we went at midnight. Free
So
tickets
Friday.
into the living room theater. Super nice theater.
Friends
They
and
literally
places.
brought us food in our seats. We didn't have to get up. They brought us hard cider and popcorn and anything else we wanted.
We didn't want anything.
We didn't want anything else. I drank like a pitcher and like a whole thing, ate a whole thing of popcorn. Didn't drink a thing of popcorn. Anyway,
It'd be cool if you could. Maybe.
a couple of people asked me my thoughts last Friday. I responded to them. For some reason, they were turd nuggets and did not respond back.
Bastards.
But yeah, we saw it.
We did.
After I saw it, I kind of was like, I have to kind of think about it a little bit more, maybe see it another
seeing it
time.
again would be good.
But I don't think I want to waste money to go see it.
No, I would wait for it to come.
Yeah, maybe $3 theater. And that's not saying anything bad about the movie.
No.
The movie had me hooked. I'd say about 2/3 of the way into it, and then it kind of lost me.
I had my own personal issues with it.
I know, but aside from that,
Well, that's
Like the
when
first
I
two-
started really losing it.
with the first 2/3 of the movie,
Yeah, I guess.
right?
Yeah.
Because it starts off really good. It's a good science fiction movie, like really good science fiction movie.
Mhm.
It's an okay superhero movie.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I really like that they front loaded with a ton of Krypton.
Which was nice, finally, to have that.
It was really nice.
It was nice to see Jor-El finally be a badass.
Mm-hmm. I really like that. I was a little disappointed that they didn't let Lara do her business of being super smart. I don't even think she spoke really. I think she
was only talking with the baby, and she screamed when she was having
she had a
it.
couple lines, yeah. Most of it was screaming. I was a little disappointed in that because she's kind of like the brains and Jor-El is, but Jor-El's also badass and like I don't know. I was a little disappointed that I thought they could have had her do more than what she actually did. So yeah, I did like that. I thought that them killing off Jor-El rather than being there at the end, I thought that worked out really well done. That was a nice change. But yeah, the guy I loved, Michael Shannon as Zod, and he stole the show.
Oh, completely.
Kevin Costner stole the show.
Completely.
Yeah.
Even that, I don't know her fucking name, the Lady Zod.
Oh. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, but she was awesome.
I just keep referring to her as Lady Zod.
Yeah, I can't. I know her name. It's going to drive me crazy. Either way, she was awesome. I really liked the whole Krypton thing. I thought that worked out really well. And then I liked that he was launched, and then it was a shout out to Mark Waid's Birthright right away by going in from showing the spaceship, and then going right to him as an adult. I thought that was pretty good because we don't need to see.
And I like that it was flashbacks though. It wasn't his start from childhood and then you're old.
Yeah, we don't need to see that.
It was the pivotal moments in his life, becoming who he was.
Yeah, that's a good idea. They just showed the pivotal moments, and the pivotal moments were actually very entertaining. I enjoyed that more so than what actually happened at the end of the movie. I thought that them showing the bus scene was phenomenal. That was such a good scene.
That was a good scene.
And then how that kid that he saved or was picking on suddenly became his friend and kind of, not necessarily his friend, but he's like, he's kind of meant for more. I get what's going on.
No, that was like, he saved my life. I can stop being a dick to him.
Yeah. My
kept referring back to him even as he was older. He worked in IHOP.
Yeah, Pete Ross. I think that's another Mark Waid thing. I don't know. I haven't read very many Superman trades. I've read more of the recent ones. Neither one of us are huge Superman fans. I become more so because I've been reading them, and the Hell on Earth thing was really good. I've read All-Star Superman, and
I was going to start Unchained, but
yeah, it was all right.
It was all right.
It was all right.
Was the artwork at least nice?
It's Jim Lee. Of course, the artwork's nice.
Okay,
it was a good. I mean, it was a good story, but
Jim Lee makes amazing butts.
He does. In Hush.
I don't know what it is about. Just his butts are amazing.
Butts all over. But no, I thought that was good. I really liked. My favorite part of the movie was them showing him as a young kid, and he starts hearing the things, and he's like an ADD
yeah,
kid.
and he runs into the closet.
And he runs into the closet. I thought that was fantastic.
No one ever really goes into that.
Yeah, I'm sure they have in some of the comics that we haven't read. But,
probably.
I actually read the Superman comics because then I have justification for why I don't like him, but I've actually kind of come to like him. She doesn't like that. No. So that happened, and then, yeah, just like the first 2/3 of the movie was really good of him kind of wandering around, kind of figuring out who he is, what he's going to do. And there was only one thing that I didn't really like about that, and that was the Kevin Costner, his dad, Jonathan, getting sucked up into the tornado. Because Superman, or Clark, I guess, had just said, or he could have got there. Like, he looked at him, and he went to give him, he's like, no, don't come over here, don't reveal yourself. Which, like, he's so fast that he probably could have done it without anybody even noticing.
Yeah,
but or even, use his heat vision, blow the stuff up in the tornado.
It was the point of him being human at that point, listening to his father.
He just told him that he's not his dad, though.
I know, and that was the whole thing.
I know.
It's a sad fucking moment.
I know, and I'm sure that if he hadn't said that line, like, he's alright, my dad, he probably would have went in there, but it was kind of showing how he trusted his decisions, I guess, his judgments on who he will be. But
and also the whole thing in the beginning when, I think it was after, when he was showing him the ship he came in as a baby.
And he was like, you wanted me to let them die? And he's like, maybe. I thought that part was really freaking good. When he's like, you wanted me to let everybody die? And he's like, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought that was like chills.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Kevin Costner and Michael Shannon and Russell Crowe are plenty of reasons to go see it.
Well, Russell Crowe actually does an amazing job.
Yeah.
Which is shocking.
Well, I don't think so. I think Russell Crowe is actually pretty good. But I feel like, aside from that, it starts to fall short at a lot of things. And that's not really Superman, that even if you don't read the comics, even if you've seen him in the cartoons, or you've seen the original one, even the Brandon Roth terrible one, Superman the movie or Superman Returns or whatever.
I didn't see that
was one. Terrible. Don't bother. Even Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor could not save that movie. However, Brandon Roth, the Superman in that movie, was more true to the Superman in Man of Steel.
Gotcha.
Because in the Man of Steel, he's flat out hammering the Kryptonian General Zod's warriors, Oh, can I sidetrack from that real quick? I'll get back to this in a second. But I loved in... What?
You're putting a pin in it.
Okay. I loved at the start how, there's the genetic races on Krypton. I thought that was brilliant, how you have the scientists. I thought that was really well done, which kind of leads into why there's the warrior class. Who he's fighting is hammering the crap out of them. However, he's doing it in the middle of Smallville where there's people, and rather than pulling the fight maybe a block over into a cornfield where nobody's going to be getting killed, which is what the Superman and every other thing that he's been involved with would do. But no, he's hammering the crap out of people. Soldiers are dying. Innocent people are dying. And he just is like, oh, whatever, I'm going to keep doing this here and beat the crap out of you. Don't get me wrong, the fight scenes were some of the coolest things. Some of the best superhero fight scenes that I've ever seen. Better than when Batman fights Bane in the most recent Batman movie. Better. However, they could have slowed it down.
Yeah.
Come on, Scott Snyder, work your 300 magic and...
Well, I think this was kind of like a fuck you. Scott Snyder, fuck you. Haha, not everything's slow. No slow motion. Look at this. Zoom, 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 zoom. And I'm sitting over here thank God I'm not watching this in 3D.
Yeah, pretty much.
Holy crap.
And then, that part was really good. And then, like I said, he's not doing the same thing. And then the same thing happens in Metropolis, which, as you said, they made no effort to make it not look like New York.
Here's what I was going to say before you said because before.
Okay.
Really bad editing in the movie. As far as movies go, films go, bad editing. It's the editor's job to make it look like Metropolis and not look like New York. I mean, they put up that map part. I know people who don't live in New York or who never study maps and cities, like this loser over here, they wouldn't really notice, but they put a map up, and all of a sudden there's Central Park. Oh, look, Ground Zero's right there. I could see the scaffolding. They made no effort. Grand Central Station's right there. Oh, look, West 72nd, street signs flying through the air. No fucking effort. They might as well just not make the Daily Planet, make the Daily News, and let everyone go on. And it's supposed to look like Chicago Metropolis, not New York, which is even worse. So it bothers the crap out of me. There's a lot of things that bothered me like that.
Yeah. But no, then like they go further, and it's just like they are stuck in Metropolis, and they're fighting. And once again, rather than pulling, I mean, I get granted that this whole thing, the World Destroyer thing, is changing the biosphere. He makes no effort again to get out of the city to save people. I mean, you can fight, go up in the air. And not to mention, before he even gets on the other side of the Earth to fight Zod, he's down on this side where the other part of the machine is, where there's nobody around. And then eventually he gets up over here. It's like, what were you doing down here? There's nobody down here.
Somebody on that I've been going back and forth with on the tumbles actually said to me that we were talking about Amy Adams, and I said, I didn't like her as Lois Lane, and then he said, well, she's not like a damsel in distress at least, and I'm just kind of like,
she's not. Lois Lane is a vamp, okay? But
in the movie, he's saying she's not a damsel in distress because she wasn't trapped in Daily Planet when it was falling apart. She was on a plane fighting in the front line, and I get that. However, she falls from the sky at least 4 times in the movie. And he catches her all the times, and he goes over and saves her when she's climbing on the fucking ice thing and she's not supposed to, and he saves her fucking life. I don't know. It's a little distressful.
She's like Rose and Doctor Who.
She is like Rose and Doctor Who. God damn it!
That's why you don't like her. But
you're fucking right, because she did everything that she wasn't
supposed to. She does all that stuff, but I mean, I really didn't feel like, once again, like Lara, she didn't do anything to really forward the story for me.
No.
And Lois Lane is like one of my favorite females in the DC continuity, because she is a badass. Lois Lane in the Flashpoint series and in all the other ones, even in the new Superman ones, she's a ball buster, and I love it, but not in this one. And then the biggest thing, like I said, is the fights to me where he's not doing anything to save anybody, though. Like, even in the Brandon Routh one, he has time, as he's flying, to use his heat vision to disintegrate things or scoop down and save people before they get smashed. But he's not doing this. Instead, he's punching Zod through a building where there's people. He goes through like 8 buildings.
Yeah.
And I know that we actually talked about this. You pointed it out to me. I actually noticed it, and I checked on you in the movie. But the whole last third of the movie, like I said, we like the 2/3. The whole last third of the movie became just, look how much disaster we can throw at you at once. And they overdid it. I think even Michael Bay would be like, dude, pump your brakes, homie. I said homie.
I know you did. It was just...
But no,
it might not have been too much. It went on for too long.
Yeah, it went up too much and too long, I think. Because they definitely tried... We got the point pretty quick, But once again, he made no effort to save the people, I thought. And that's what Superman is to me. He's not... Well, there's the big thing, I think, that I'm going to address in a second. But before I get to that, as we said, as I told you and I told the guys at the comic shop, they clearly went out of their way to make it look like the aftermath of 9/11. And even like that 9/11 attack, to the point where in the aftermath, when it's Zod and Superman, after the city's kind of been destroyed and I think the machine was shut down, they're hammering the crap out of one another. And like I said, it's really fast, hard to watch and to understand what's going on. But they're doing it, and there's a part where Zod's like getting up off of one knee or whatever, and there's like the last remaining bits of the Twin Towers are there, and they clearly made this effort to make this piece look like that, and it was really unnerving for me, and I was just like, But
I've been trying to forget that whole scene for like a week now, and it's not been easy.
But no, also, when did Zod suddenly become, hey, I need your help with this? Can
I say something else that bothered me about that whole last scene when he's fighting Zod? That's going to make no difference at all to anybody, but it bothers the crap out of me. That family.
I'm getting to that in 1 second.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's the last thing we're going to talk about, actually.
We're going to answer that question.
Alright, okay. But, what was I saying? Oh, yes, they're fighting, and suddenly Zod, this thing where he's like, I need you to save my people, has suddenly become militaristic, where he's going to capture and beat the crap out of Superman and take him with him.
Yeah.
Also, I felt that Zod, when he removes his mask and he starts getting into the atmosphere, I thought his power should take a little longer to develop. And I thought that without that part, that it's clearly they address that it's the sun that's making Superman stronger than Zod, that he should have been just able to wipe the floor with everybody.
Yeah.
But no. Okay? So I thought that was kind of weird. But also, Superman's whole thing is, you know, this is kind of going to tie into what we're going to talk about, but his whole thing is, you know, I have all this power. It's not that I can use it. It's that I know when to use it and when not to use it. He knows when to hold back, and he did not show that in this. And his whole thing is he wants to help people. He didn't save anybody, really, to me, except for Lois Lane. And then his other thing is that, you know, he wants to help people. So, really, since he's able to save his whole race, which is all Zod wanted to do, he could be able to give him part of his genetics. Like, you know, here's a piece of hair. Here's another planet you can go ahead and start. You're able to terraform. Mm-hmm. You should be able to make your own planet. Here's a piece of hair. Here's the genetics that you want. Go ahead and do it. I'm here. You don't need me. Go. And that's all you had to do. The whole storyline of that part where he needs to fight him made no sense to me, but I don't know. That's not the Superman that I know. And now we're going to tie into...
Wait, hold on 1 second. I didn't bring this up to you. I just thought of it right now. He steals that guy's clothes out of his truck, by the way. Superman's a thief. That's all. No one's brought that up. He stole some dude's clothes. Some poor dude in probably Alaska, some fucking cold fishing town clothes. A coat, a nice coat. He just fucking took it. And then what? He probably just ripped it off to put the suit on and go like, I can't handle this! And he's only to come back and be like, okay, I got this.
Alright.
Sorry. Right.
But no, so, and then this whole thing is that he wants to be human and we want to be saved by him. We don't want him to come down to our level of humans. We want to go up to his level of justice and duty and all that.
He's down to our level when he steals clothes.
And he comes down to our level when he kills Zod.
Yeah, he does. Okay.
But
that's probably why he's crying into what's her bucket's fucking stomach.
Okay, yeah, but I was so shocked. I didn't know what to do at that point in time when he killed Zod. I know Mark Wade, I was reading his blog. He almost walked out of the movie. I know a lot of people that almost walked out of the movie at that point because that's not Superman. As I said, he doesn't come down to the level of like petty humans or whatever. Not that humans are petty, but like
from where he's.
We are a group of people that have cheered when the Boston bombers were found and shot.
Yeah.
America cheered for that. We also cheered when Bin Laden was shot. And he came down to that level where everyone's like, yeah, kill the bad guy. Mm-hmm. That's not what Superman does. You know, he tries to be above all that and try to save them and try to show them the wrongs. But instead of doing that, he just flat out snaps Zod's neck and it just ruined it for me. Like, yeah. That's why I said the first 2/3 of the movie were really good until the whole action things I felt could have went a completely different way than what they did. Mm-hmm. But no, that part, like, how hard is it because he has this heat vision going on the family. I get why the family's in there, the destruction's outside, you know, they're trying to get away from it. But go the other way. He's going with his heat vision this way. Run away from it. Also, if Kryptonian eyelids can stop heat vision, why doesn't Superman just go, hey,
yeah,
how about we don't do that?
That's fair.
Or why doesn't he fly up in the air with him through the roof and take it away? I've been saying that the whole time. Why doesn't he move the fight away from everybody? I don't get it. It's pretty easy to just be like, hey, this isn't going to happen. Mm-hmm. Or even like freaking melt his own eyeballs with your own heat vision. Give him a lobotomy. Do something else that's not going to like, I don't know. I just think do what they did in the original Superman movie where they throw him back in the Phantom Zone. The Phantom Zone is awesome,
actually, what they were going to do.
It's what they should have done. I love the Phantom Zone in this movie, though.
It was really good.
But yeah, like I said, the first 2/3 of the movie were really good. I felt like who Superman is in the comics was lost because the whole thing where he killed him. And I don't know, I think that's going to be kind of hard to come back from when they go and they make another movie. I felt like they should have maybe saved Zod where he had learned that already because obviously Superman was aching that he had to do that. He didn't want to do it, but, I mean, he's young, you know, it's the only thing he needed to do at the time. I get that in that continuity, but that's not Superman. And I felt like, even before it gets to that, you know, have kind of a smaller villain. Don't throw Zod there. Mm-hmm. Maybe have him save some banks, stop some robberies, do Superman stuff that we've seen, you know? But they went right at it right away. So,
which is why I feel like that they're not going to do, like, a Justice League movie. Like, the way that Marvel did the Avengers, starting with like Iron Man and going through. I don't think that is going to happen with Justice League like that.
Yeah.
I think it'll be something completely different and not connected, because that's going to be too. I mean, I'm sure they can do it, and they probably will, but they shouldn't base it off that.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that I was really hoping that they would kind of pull like a Marvel thing and kind of do a shootout, or not a shootout, but a shout out to where they have like, oh, maybe because there was so much military involvement, there was easily a thing where they could have done Cyborg.
Yeah.
They could have addressed Batman. They could have addressed Wonder Woman. It just
could have addressed anyone.
Just anything to kind of expand the DC universe.
He's too new as a superhero to put anything in there. But they did have that Lex Luthor gas truck.
They did.
We did get one question from Thomas8403. He said, "Do you like that one of the hardest things to believe in comics was removed from Man of Steel? That is, that Lois Lane wouldn't know that Clark Kent was Superman. Not sure if that's too spoilery." We had a lot of spoilers going on here.
Yeah, this is not a spoiler-free thing, and
I don't care really.
I don't really care. I feel like
it doesn't really bother me.
It doesn't really matter, because this day and age in comics, and especially the movies, secret identities don't mean jack, it seems.
No, I mean, I like how it kind of tied in at the end where he did go to work for the paper. I like that, I guess.
I love the fact that he wasn't the all-American type of thing, and that's another thing that was from the comics.
Yeah.
But I just, like, it was all really well done, I thought, but, like, as of all the things that I might have taken issue, that I have taken issue with the movie, that's like at the bottom of the list, really.
I don't really care either.
Because, like I said, I don't really care about Lois Lane in that movie at all.
No.
I think that they should have saved her for the next movie, because I get why on the Daily Planet, I think that would have saved quite a bit of like face from the movie. But
do you see how long this fucking video is?
I do see what it is. But yeah, I feel like that's the least of worries with this film.
Yeah.
I
don't think we got another question or anything replied from that. But I did want to say, like, back to that family that Zod was trying to kill with the heat explosion going on. Superman's like, ah! That whole thing going on. We never see the family get away. So what happened to them?
Maybe when he snapped his neck, he actually twerked their eyes and he cut them all in half anyway.
Yeah, it could happen. You never see them again. I need to know.
Also, doesn't this mean that Superman can just simply be killed with a snap of the neck now? I mean, we know that he can be killed with like his back broken, right?
Yeah, we know that. Well,
that's what it means, because Zod was just as strong as Superman at that point in time.
Well, I guess.
So,
I don't
come
know.
on, think about it. Think about it.
They didn't do a good job. It made me uneasy and it made me cry in the theater.
It did.
I didn't like it.
I didn't know you were so passionate about Superman.
About not liking him?
You're passionate about not liking Superman.
I'm passionate about not liking a bunch of things.
Anyway,
Rose.
Basically, when it all comes down to it, first 2/3 of the movie were awesome. From when you
said that a lot in this
I did. It is, though. It was so well done for the first 2/3. I can look beyond how his dad dies in the tornado. What I was really hoping for was the All-Star Superman, where he's able to go back with like the Legion of Supermen, and they stop him from saving his dad when he's having the heart attack. But that would have involved like another 2 movies before they could even get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I said, the first Kryptonians part was awesome. When he's doing all the different jobs and he finds the spaceship, awesome. When he starts fighting Smallville, kind of starts losing who I thought Superman was, and then he's definitely gone by who I even recognize as Superman from watching the movies. Because I remember my dad like sitting me down, watch Superman, watch the Christopher Reeves one, and then everything that I'd known Superman to be was gone at the end of the movie. And then, oh yeah, he's kind of back as a reporter. You don't have a college degree. How are you going to do this? Anyway, that's our thoughts on Superman, Man of Steel.
Enjoy.